Hi everyone, my name is Joanna Cho, and my presentation is on motivating and developing staff. To begin, I believe it's important to understand what it truly means to motivate and develop your staff. Essentially, creating an environment where healthcare employees such as nurses, nursing assistants, support staff, and providers feel encouraged, supported, as well as empowered to perform at their best, grow professionally, and remain committed to providing high-quality patient care. Next, we're going to discuss the role of management in motivating staff and why it's important. The role of nurse managers is to ensure quality patient care through staff support. Nurse managers can do this by providing staff with adequate resources, assistance, and emotional support, which improves their ability to deliver safe, effective, and compassionate care. The next one is balancing operational efficiency with employee well-being. And this is through ensuring work processes are efficient without sacrificing the mental, emotional, and physical health of their employees. It's important to understand what drives individual team members. And nurse managers are able to then recognize and leverage each staff member's motivations and how it can improve engagement as well as performance. The last one is to encourage professional development and performance. And nurse managers are able to do this by providing learning opportunities and recognizing and through recognition, which boosts competence, confidence, and career satisfaction. Motivation matters because by motivating staff to perform better, that ensures that they're being more productive in the work environment. Motivation drives energy, focus, and commitment to patient care. Next, we're going to be discussing motivational theories. To start, content theories, focusing on individual needs and what satisfies them. Through tailoring support and recognition to the unique priorities of each staff member, it helps improve satisfaction and retention. The second one is to help understand internal drives of employees, and this is by identifying what internally motivates staff, which then allows leaders to align roles and tasks for maximum engagement. Within Sullivan's chapter 18, he also discusses Maslow's hierarchy of needs as well as Hirschberg's two-factor theory. An example of Maslow in the healthcare environment, nurse managers are able to provide safe working conditions, which is a safety need, as well as recognizing their employees, which satisfies an employee's esteem needs. Whereas Hirschberg, by nurse managers offering fair pay that takes care of hygiene and leadership opportunities, are then becoming motivators for employees to do their best. Next, we're going to discuss process theories, which focus on how motivation is initiated and sustained. Through effective leadership, it helps sparks interest and ensures long-term drive through feedback, recognition, and growth opportunities. The second one is to explain how individuals convert effort into performance. Effort turns into performance through training, resources, and when there's clear expectations in place. Example of each theory under process theories, for example, reinforcement theory is essentially the behavior learned through operant conditioning. This could be positive, negative reinforcement, punishment, extinction, which is to remove reinforcement to eliminate behavior, and shaping, which is to reinforce small steps towards the next goal. Expectancy theory highlights motivation from expected performance and valued rewards, whereas equity theory values fairness. Workers compare effort versus the reward. And lastly, goal setting theory focuses on specific and challenging goals and how it can improve performance. Motivation increases when goals are clear and seen as attainable. Key strategies for managing hospital staff. For instance, communication and collaboration, encouraging open two-way communication, whether it's nurse manager to employee or peer-to-peer. Daily huddles are quite important. That's a time when everyone's able to share general announcements, but also recognition, staff and interdisciplinary meetings, as well as feedback systems. Conflict resolution and team dynamics is also crucial to talk about because it identifies and addresses interpersonal issues, and it also promotes a respectful, inclusive work environment. Lastly, scheduling and workload management, fair shift assignment and distribution, managing overtime, and preventing burnout for their employees. All right, the next slide we're going to discuss is developing staff through orientation and onboarding, which helps for the first one is to help ease new employee anxiety and improve job satisfaction. The second one is it helps clarify expectations, responsibilities, as well as unit culture, which will help minimize staff turnover. The next one is to help new employees integrate more effectively through repetition and follow-up, as well as identifying support systems. So your nurse manager, your educators, preceptors on the floor, the more seasoned nurses, and just identifying resources within the hospital that can help. Okay, the next one is going to be on the job instructions as well as training. So the first bullet point is to discuss cost effective and how it allows learning during patient care. Training within the clinical setting saves resources and enables immediate application of skills. The second one would be learners benefit from real-time guidance and immediate feedback. This could include constructive criticism, as well as performance reviews, as well as coaching. So learning, for example, immediate correction and reinforcement accelerates learning and improves skill retention. During constructive performance reviews, it's just regular supportive feedback sessions that helps guide improvement and recognize achievements. Coaching, personalized guidance that helps build confidence, competence, and professional satisfaction. Teachers must be carefully chosen and educated in their methods. Educators with clinical experience and teaching skills ensure training is effective and consistent. The next one is assignments should be formalized to enhance effectiveness. Assignments need to be clear, structured, that will create measurable learning outcomes. Last one is setting goals and career pathways. And this is making sure that the career plans are defined so that it motivates staff and encourage long-term commitment. Okay, the next one is going to discuss preceptors, mentoring, and personalized training. Experiences nurse help guide new hires during orientation and they help essentially bridge the gap between the education and real-world practice. Includes teaching unit policies, communication, as well as decision making. They help build confidence with clinical skills and promotes retention through strong interpersonal connections. Next is it's important to discuss coaching, a goal-oriented development, focuses on resolving specific problems or achieving growth. Helps staff improve performance skills or communication by reviewing policies as well as enforcing them. Useful for conflict resolution and personal development. Nurse residency programs are typically between 12 to 18 months in length. They help new graduates acclimate to clinical environment as well as the organization's culture, improves confidence and reduces early career turnover, and supports preparation for magnet status and professional growth. Advancement opportunities within an organization. Under career advancement, the first one to discuss is clinical ladder and horizontal promotion, which consists of structured advancement that recognizes experience, education, as well as skill, encourages retention and recognizes advanced skills, helps with recognizing and rewarding expertise that helps motivate the staff to stay. The next one is to promote internal mobility and professional development. Opportunities to change roles or departments helps expand skills and engagement. Builds leadership in advanced clinical roles, helps prepare staff to take on higher responsibilities to guide others. Now discussing leadership development. The first one is cost-effective way to build future leaders internally by promoting from within so that it can help reduce costs and ensures cultural fit. The second one is tailored to staff strengths and organizational needs. Aligning leadership development with personal skills and hospital goals helps increase success. Structured by developmental level, so the charge nurse, nurse manager, etc. This is defined leadership stages that prepare staff step by step for greater responsibility. The last one is to increase retention and build a leadership-ready workforce. This sets clear career paths that help keep the staff engaged and ready to step into leadership when needed. Why does it matter most in a hospital setting? By motivating and developing staff, it helps improve patient safety and care quality. It helps reduce burnout and turnover, builds stronger, more resilient teams, enhances employee satisfaction and loyalty, and lastly, it helps ensure staff can keep up with clinical advances and best practices. The YouTube video that was included in the presentation focuses on 5 ways to train and develop the team. The 5 ways that were mentioned in the video was that 1, to include on-the-job training so that employees can learn new skills to fulfill the mission of their goal. Example, shadowing more senior team members on the unit or taking on new responsibilities. The second idea was coaching, which is providing feedback and holding the team accountable. 3 is training experience, so hiring a facilitator to come and lead programs or workshops, or seeing how the unit itself is operating as a whole, and then them providing feedback to the nurse manager, to upper management, and to the employees as well. The fourth one and fifth one kind of essentially went together. So like the fourth one was online learning. So there are webinar series that employees can learn new skills at their own at their own pace, I'm sorry. And 5 was just having a book club, everyone reading the same information, but then coming back, reconvening at a later time to discuss what they read and to make sure that everyone was essentially on the same page. What I loved about the video is that she had mentioned companies who invest in employee development see a 24% increase in productivity, while those that don't see a 14, while, I'm sorry, while those that did not invest in employee development saw a 14% decrease in productivity. And here below are just my references for the presentation. Thank you so much for listening.